Hello and welcome to a special edition of Cricket Predicta brought to you by 1xBet. Mumbai Infrastructure's Delhi NCR. What a night it was. Straight out of the Michael Jackson song Thriller, 1983 Grammy Award winning song. And that was the 32nd match of the IPL 2025 that gave us a spectacle for the ages. Delhi Capitals and Rajasthan Royals locked horns against each other, and the match went down straight to the wire, into the super over, in fact. Delhi posted 188 for 5. Yes, RR matched 188 for 4. And then Stubbs went with an explosion of songs. Yes, 2-4-1-6 and sealed it in a style for Delhi, clinched the super over. Michelle Stark held his nerves, 11 overs, 2 wickets, and the job well done by the Aussie. What a game. But now let's shift our focus. That could be a record-breaking game, as Dale Stein says. April 17th could be the day we see the first ever 300 runs chase for IPL. And guess what? The Sunrisers Hyderabad, who already lit up the season with 286 for 6, are back at it. And this time against Mumbai Indians, the very team that they thrashed to set the record. But again, SRH and Mumbai Indians sit with 4 points from 6 games. The season hang in the balance, and so does CSK's fate on this game. Mumbai's form, they've got the victory in the first match, then loss, victory, 1 loss, unpredictable. Yes, SRH on the other hand were win, loss, and then solitary win. And they're desperate to gain the momentum. Well, we have Ishan Kishan and versus Mumbai Indians. Yes, after 7 seasons in the blue and gold, he now faces the former team in the orange, and it could be a well worth the 11.25 price tag of Ishan Kishan. Yes, it's all fired up. Joining us are 3 and 4 of the important guests who have been with us all throughout the journey of this IPL. Let's welcome them, starting off with Paul Dinette. We're joined by Paul Dinette, the famous podcaster from Sydney, Australia. Paul, welcome to the show again. You start our batting opening, and this is about the Delhi versus Rajasthan Royals. Did you manage to see what went wrong with Rajasthan Royals, who lost the grip with a strong opening start of 61? What went wrong for Rajasthan Royals last night?
Well, I'm sure they're asking themselves that exact same question because they, RR looked like they were going to win basically the whole game until they didn't. Obviously, the Sanju Samson injury was significant. That really stymied their momentum. Rian Parag came in and, couldn't get the ball away in his short innings. But even so, they looked like they were going to win. Mitchell Stark was magnificent, and you've got to give him a lot of credit. Ultimately, I suppose, when you look at it and you're chasing a score of about 190, when you finish the match not having got the runs with several wickets in hand as they did, you can probably say they just needed to up the ante a little bit earlier and get some boundaries a little bit earlier to ice it. But then the super over was incredible because that no ball that Stark bowled, then the next ball to Rian Parag looked for all the world like it was a wide, and it was going to be 11 off 3 with another free hit still to come. And then that just shows how things can turn on such small margins. They've decided to go for that sneaky run. Turns out it wasn't a wide after all, so that's the free hit done, and it's a run out. So instead of 11 off 3, it's 10 off 4. Next ball, another run out, 10 off 5. So they only finished with 10 runs in the super over, which just wouldn't have seemed possible as that ball was being collected by the keeper. And then, Tristan Stubbs fantastic towards the end. So I don't think that Rajasthan will feel that they should have lost that game, and they'll be very, very disappointed.
Well, Paul, that match was quite a thriller last night. Is this been a sign of DC's dominance? Yes, Delhi Capitals have been dominating this tournament. What do you think of this sign and the victory?
Well, who would have thought this far in that Delhi would be on top of the table? I was in Delhi, as you know, last year with you, and they weren't so good. Maybe I was there a year too early. But the thing that's been really impressive about Delhi is that with the exception of one player, I don't think they've had any out-and-out superstars. It's been a very consistent effort. You look at the runs, there's no one that's really dominating in terms of the run scoring. But with the ball, it's absolutely Kuldeep Yadav. He is the best performed bowler in the IPL so far. Hopefully that injury that he picked up is not too serious. But he has an economy rate of just over 6, and he's taken 11 wickets in his 6 games. So basically, he's bowling 4 overs, 2 for 24. That's kind of his average return, which, when you consider how so many other bowlers are getting pumped and hit for big shots, that is very, very impressive. Mitchell Stark has got some wickets. He's been a bit expensive, but he's been important for getting them their wickets. But it's been Kuldeep Yadav who has been not only their best, he's the best in the IPL so far.
Well, bad days for Rajasthan Royals as we look at their points table. If they lose one more, the chances of survival in this IPL tournament really bad. What do you make up of it?
Well, it's going to be tough. I mean, I hate to say it, but I just can't see them doing it. They're 2-5, and if you're going to need to get 16 points in order to qualify, that means they're going to have to win 6 of their final 7 games. And in this IPL, where the teams are essentially pretty even, that is going to be pretty difficult to do. Looking at, it's interesting looking at the individual stats, especially from the bowling economy rate point of view. You look at the bowlers with the very best economy rates, and there's just no one there from Rajasthan. If we say limit it to bowlers with 8 overs, I was looking at this before we chatted. The highest spinner they've got, for example, on that list is Hasaranga on 39th position. So he's the 39th most economical bowler in the IPL with an economy rate of 9.8 runs per over. And you look up higher throughout the list, there's spinners from every franchise listed there. I think that's a key thing. They need more out of their spinners.
Well, we are joined now by Stanley Chiozza, the famous Zimbabwean coach who's now based out of Dubai and really coaching good at the Sport of Cricket Academy at the Emirates Hills. Stanley, welcome to the show. The SRH is coming into the party with a massive 8-wicket victory in the last game. Will it put pressure on Mumbai Indians considering they haven't done great enough? Win, loss, win, loss. That's been their checkered style this season.
So now the one important aspect about today's game, like you said, it's two teams that are coming out of a massive batting performance. Both teams are going over the 200 mark. So there is momentum with regards to the batting form. However, with regards to Mumbai Indians, when they're looking ahead of at the opposition in the SRH, one thing is certain. The one thing that has worked, in trying to stop that explosive power of the SRH batting has been early wickets. So this is something that they'll be looking in the likes of their bowling unit in terms of Trent Boult, how he will go about things in that first power play, in that first 6 overs, right? We know how good Trent Boult has been. He's been a serious campaigner with regards to taking the new ball. However, this season alone, he's only taken 2 wickets inside the power play, okay? But then again, the one positive aspect is that he has taken those 2 wickets at the Wankhede Stadium where they're playing today. So that's a plus. Yes, his strike rate has risen from 19 last season to 36 this season. So we're not seeing the same trend both. Okay, his economy has risen from has gone from 7 last year to 9.1 this year. So yes, however, Trent Boult, it will be key if he can strike early. Perhaps get a Travis Head, get an Abhishek. We know this has been the one aspect that has been key to stopping SRH from scoring runs. Their ability to score runs, their aggressive nature, they do not hold back. But exposing that middle period will be their trump card, and that is what they'll be looking to do inside the power play. Hopefully, since they're playing at home, try and make those home conditions to great use. Up and above, a timely return for Bumrah to come back into the squad. Yes, he's played 1 game so far, but it's still early doors for him. But I think he is a massive return for Mumbai Indians, especially playing at Wankhede on a surface that has something, that has assistance for seamers. So a timely boost in that bowling department. And up and against that as well, they have some brilliant spinners in Mitch Santner, who I think has been a revelation. Not much has been said about him, but he's been bowling well for Mumbai Indians.
Well, when you talk about head-to-head battle between Mumbai Indians and SRH, Mumbai seems to have a key and an upper hand, which is they've won 13 of the 23 games that they've competed in against the SRH. Will it give any moral standing to them, or is it just pure statistics?
So now, inspiration comes from many a source. for someone today representing Mumbai Indians, this is the bit of information that could spark that ignition in their system to say, yes, this is why I want to be playing for Mumbai. This kind of records is what I live for, and I want to be a part of history that says Mumbai still holds a massive record over SRH. However, this is a discussion that would have been totally different had it been last season. Last season, SRH had a rhythm, they had a momentum, their plan, everything was going according to plan. Different story come 2025. We're now starting to see some fault lines, some lines of weakness. Had we been starting geography, as it were, who would have ever thought that coming into the power play in IPL 2025, that Sunrisers Hyderabad would have the worst economy inside the power play? No one would have thought that. They were explosive. They were brilliant. I mean, at this juncture, they're only averaging 22 opening partnership. No one would have ever thought. However, that's the reality. And these are some of the fault lines that I'm talking about. Those lines of weaknesses that a Mumbai bowling unit needs to take advantage of and exploit. Things have not been going well. It's been a bit of a mixed bag in terms of performances for SRH. Okay, but on their day, they are still a batting lineup to contend with. So even if you're playing for Mumbai, you're playing at home. Yes, you know the conditions very well. You still have to go in and do the job. They've got to exploit that. I mean, they've got some fantastic matchups working on their side. Okay, for example, to keep Abhishek Sharma quiet, you've got Jasprit Bumrah, who's got 2 wickets against him for just 10 runs. You've got Deepak Chahar, 2 wickets against him for just 12 runs. You've got Trent Boult, once again, who's more likely to bowl in the power play than not, who's got 2 wickets off him for just 25 runs and 26 balls. So the options are there, okay? The plans are there. The trend is there. However, Mumbai Indians have got to make sure they go in, keep calm, play a brand of cricket that ensures them a result since they're playing at home. It's always important to make sure you put in a performance that sees you go and get a victory, especially when you're playing at home. However, if you do look at SRH, they know what needs to be done. I think this is a game that will, in either way, whether you MI or you SRH, redefine this season. Whoever wins this game, for me, probably will be pushing for that for that rejuvenated, as it were, kind of performance, a rejuvenated season. Losing this match, I think, will really, really set back a team. And going forward, we would remember this match to be one of the reasons why everything turned upside down for one particular team in today's contest.
Thank you, Stanley, for that wonderful answer. We'll let you go. And we are also inviting now Taus Rizvi. Taus Rizvi, as we know, is one of the most prolific writers of the game. From the Mumbai Maidans to Melbourne, he's covered it all. Well, Taus, SRH, when you look at their head-to-head battle against the Mumbai Indians in Wankhede, your town, do you think they find some troubles? Because they've just won 2 of the 8 games and they've lost 6 defeats against the Mumbai Indians. What do you make up of the entire situation when you go into a battle like this for SRH?
I think 6 defeats is huge. I mean, it's huge at Wankhede, especially when the Wankhede wicket supports batters as well as bowlers. But I think the only way they can put their monkey off the back is by playing that cricket that they have been known for, right? I mean, what was exactly the reason behind why they were top favorites, Sunrisers Hyderabad? Because of their top batting order, their top order comprising Abhishek Sharma, Travis Head and Ishan Kishan. Otherwise, it has been a failure. I mean, you talk about the middle order, Henrich Klaasen, no. Nitish Kumar Reddy, I mean, he's not clicking, inconsistent bowling. I mean, they don't have spinners. Fast bowlers, I mean, they haven't done much when it comes to Mohammad Shami or Pat Cummins. So I think the only way and the only approach that they can have is a positive approach. The intent that the top order plays with, or the attacking format, because the wicket at the Wankhede supports good batters, people who love playing that straight drives, the big shots. Definitely it's a smaller ground, right? But then if you're a good batter, if you can time the ball well, you can put the ball into the stand. So I think they should completely play that cricket that they have been known for in this season particularly. Yeah, that has been one of the reasons why they have failed massively. But then if you want to put that monkey off the back and defeat Mumbai Indians and put up that 6 defeats off their back as well. So I think the only way is if their top order performs well, especially Abhishek Sharma does that historical act which he did against Punjab in the last game, in a high scoring game. So even if you score 220 plus, it's going to be very, very helpful for Sunrisers Hyderabad, whether you chase or whether you defend the title. 220 plus is going to be very, very helpful. So your batters, your top order, Travis Head, Ishan Kishan, Abhishek Sharma, they can do extremely well. But then remember, Ishan Kishan has played at the Wankhede Stadium. He knows exactly how the conditions will be. He knows how his opposition will be, because he's played with them. So overall, I think it's the approach, the positive intent. If they play here, this will help them right now, Sunrisers Hyderabad.
Thus, the pitch is very important here, and it has assisted the Pacers. We've seen it for the last decade and a half. Do you think it's going to be anything different tonight? Any breeze, anything change that you foresee? Because 60% of the wickets are taken in by the Pacers themselves.
730 plus wickets for fast bowlers. I mean, it's obvious because the Wankhede Stadium wicket is very helpful to the fast bowlers, and especially if you put the ball in the right area. I mean, if you have the pace, if you can pitch the ball up, if you can swing the ball, if you have the variation, what we saw exactly in the last game, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Josh Hazelwood, Yash Dayal, the way they bowled for RCB and helped RCB beat Mumbai Indians and create a record of sorts in the last game, in a high scoring match, by the way. So why not? Fast bowlers have a big say, you would say, especially, Wankhede Stadium is right next to the Arabian Sea. So the conditions, the breezy conditions will help the fast bowlers. You just need to put the ball up there in the right areas, fool the batsmen, ask them to, invite them in fact to drive the ball, and the game is yours, especially. But then you'll have to be very smart at the depth, or maybe if you're bowling in the middle, or you'll have to mix up the delivery. And these guys, I mean, Mohammad Shami and Pat Cummins have not been really good this season. I mean, they have completely depended on their top order, whether it's the middle order batting or the fast bowlers. I mean, if they don't have runs on the board, how can they defend the total or the chase? So I think the only way, I mean, Mohammad Shami, he's got a lot of experience. Pat Cummins, he's been the leader of Australia and he's won a lot of titles. I think this is the right time for these fast bowlers to come good, make a statement, help SRH win this particular game against Mumbai Indians. Especially Mumbai Indians have not been very, very consistent this season, and they can use it to their advantage. And now they have nothing to lose right now. Punjab, against Punjab, SRH has won that big game, so they will come in with a high confidence. Fast bowlers can take a leaf out of the last game what Mumbai Indians played against RCB, especially Bhuvi, Josh and Yash. That definitely it can be helpful. Just mix up the deliverables, put up in the right areas. It's going to be a fantastic wicket for the fast bowlers. Go out there and enjoy. That's it.
We'll let go of Thos, go back to his Wankhede Stadium, his den, and where he operates from largely. Now let's shift our focus to Christopher Mpofu. Christopher, as we all know, is a famous Zimbabwean bowler who's played all across the world, but now is busy playing his Legends League. Christopher, welcome to the show. More importantly, we're going to start our discussion with Rohit Sharma. Yes, the man in form, the man out of form rather, the skipper in charge at some stage. Do you think he's an old war horse just looking for redemption? Because remember, he hasn't had any great chances of making big scores at the Wankhede Stadium.
SRH versus Mumbai Indians, two teams that have really not got going this season. And we talk about Rohit Sharma's form at the same time, and you say how important is this game for him in tonight's encounter. For me, it's one of, break or make, should I say, for Rohit Sharma, because why I say so, he is a classy player. He hasn't got going so far. Things haven't gone the way he would want. But tonight's one, why I say also it's important, he's playing in front of his home crowd at the Wankhede Stadium, where he normally does well. The wicket is bouncy, the ball comes onto the bat very well. So you're looking at that, you're saying, when do you think Rohit Sharma is going to come through? For me, this could be the night where the hitman does what the hitman does very well. So tonight, for me, this is very important for him and also for Mumbai Indians to get going. We know that when he does well, the team always, do well. So for me, I'm looking forward to the hitman tonight, getting back to his form, getting the right wickets that he normally plays well. Yes, he hasn't got going, but we know how classy, we know how good he is. So for me tonight, I see him coming through. I see him doing well for the Mumbai Indians. So they really need him tonight. So if you ask me, do you think this could be the night? Definitely, this is the night for Rohit. Comes through and scores a big one, and the team does well.
Christopher, very important point here that we have to talk about. It's not about head to head today. It's not about the player. It's not about the pitch. It's not about the team. It's about the points table. How do you go into a battle where the teams are languishing at the bottom of the table, where they had to make their ends meet? What do you make up of the situation? How do you justify this contest, considering two of the best teams, two of the bigger teams at the top, at the bottom?
So both teams are on the lower half of the points table when you're looking at this one. So this is an important game for the two of them. Why do I say so? When you're looking at this, anyone who wins, this game tonight, you're saying this is pushing them, to the side of whether you're going to the playoffs or you're going further down. So for me, this is a very important for the two teams. They haven't got going this season. You have SRH who were oozing in confidence last season. This season, not saying that they've played badly, but their game strategy, the team strategy hasn't clicked the way they would want. It was good to see also Abhishek Sharma coming through. When those two click, Abhishek Sharma and Travis Head, you are in for a good treat. They definitely come hard at bowlers. So for me, both teams, you have Mumbai Indians also who haven't been consistent. So you're looking for consistency here. That's something that these two teams have been struggling. So also you're looking at Mumbai Indians. I talked about Rohit Sharma. He needs to come through. You've got someone who's been doing well also on the other side, Mumbai Indians. Sky can't do it alone. He needs people who definitely partner him. Some have shown the glimpse of, doing well. Rico Tony, he looks quite all right. He looks good, but, they haven't done it consistently. So they just need, I'll say on the other side with Mumbai Indians, they just need that click at one as everyone coming through at the same time. And also to be good to see how Bumrah does. We remember his last game also when we watched him, one of his games when Karun Nair came hard at him, but we know how good he is. He's one of those players who have seen it all. And so we're looking for, when you've got Bumrah there, he will definitely do something well for you. And then on the other side, as I said, SRH, they just need also a collective performance to get through. But when you're saying tonight, this is going to be a tricky night, but I'm sure tonight, if you're asking me, who are you going to be saying is coming through for this game? As much as SRH, they do come hard at bowlers, they chase well. They chased well last game. When they bat first, we know that they always looking for a big score, more than 200. But I would say that tonight, I see Mumbai Indians, because of that home crowd, because of that support, because of Rohit Sharma coming to the party, I see Mumbai Indians definitely coming on top of this one.
Well, there you had it. Four of the best voices of the game. You had a podcaster, a journalist, a coach, and a former fast bowler who's played at the international level for many, many, many years. That was Sunil Ashkalra saying thank you and goodbye from the Marbella Resorts. The show is called Cricket Predicta, and it's every day on Newsx. Don't go anywhere else, and don't touch the remote.
For more such videos, subscribe to the Newsx YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.